Staying motivated is a vital part of continued success in sales and life in general. And those of you currently in the profession of selling will know exactly what I'm talking about, won't you? It can be brutal when you're not hitting quotas, when you're not making targets, your pipeline of prospects drying up, commissions reducing, and hearing the word no more than you hear the word yes. It can be a really tough line of work, can't it? And one of the ways that I've learned to stay motivated during the lean times is to have a couple of quotes from successful people that resonate with me handy at all times. But even better is to learn them word for word and then use them for silent personal motivation whenever necessary. What I found though is that these quotes started developing a life of their own the more that I called on them, and they no longer were only motivational to me, but they actually became a part of my everyday life. And it'll work exactly the same for you as well. So I suggest that you go and find a few quotes or motivational sayings that inspire you and motivate you, and then, through the constant repetition of them, just watch what will begin happening in your sales career and your life. It's really as simple as writing a couple of them onto a card to carry with you all the time, or to perhaps save them on your mobile devices as your screensavers to see every time you pick up your phone. So today, I thought that I would share with you a few of the quotes that I've adopted and used that have been great motivators for me over the years. Starting with this one. How I do anything is how I do everything. Now, I just loved this saying the first time I heard it. The simplicity of it is the secret. What it means is that if you're prepared to take shortcuts and be sloppy or lazy in the way you do seemingly unimportant things, then guess what? When the chips are down, you will also be sloppy, lazy, and look for shortcuts in the important things as well. It's all about forming the correct habits, because everything in our life is connected, isn't it? And by the constant repetition of this quote to myself, I started analyzing how I do every single task that I touch. And it has upped my game tremendously in all areas. This single quote will have a profound impact on your life if you let it work for you. Quote number 2. I no longer listen to what people say. I just watch what they do. Winston Churchill at his brilliant best. And once again, this quote started as a simple saying that I liked and quickly became a benchmark for my life. I began watching the promises that I made and making sure that I could actually do them instead of just saying them. I also began watching what other people said, and this led me to observe how few people actually follow through and get things done properly or keep their word in all things. Quote number 3. It always seems impossible until someone does it. Nelson Mandela. Now, this saying will carry you through many a rocky patch when you're hit with the challenges during the weaker moments of life. Challenges would sometimes seem impossible to overcome. We have the wherewithal as humans to solve almost any challenge that is put in front of us. But we allow ourselves to get bogged down in negativity at seemingly impossible financial, business, or personal problems, which are actually all solvable and will pass in time, but seem impossible because of our attitude towards them. Almost every personal or financial problem that you encounter has been encountered by countless other people who've overcome them and solved them. And so can you. Quote number 4. Don't hit the snooze button, rather start the day with a victory. Now, if you don't get this one, then you have a lot of work to do. This simple quote once again made a massive impact in my life. When your alarm clock goes off in the morning, start with a win and get out of bed and do what you plan to do immediately. This is starting your day with an immediate victory. If you hit that snooze button and go back to sleep, then what you're actually saying is that your goals and ambitions can wait, and that sleep is more important to you. The fact that you don't have the discipline to do what you set out to do, which is to get up at that set time, means that you start the day right up with a failure. So own the morning and you'll own the day. Please agree with me on that. And lastly, Action beats anxiety and work beats worry. I just love this quote and follow it to this very day. We all have periods in life of just so many challenges, it seems, don't we? Most of which tend to be financial or personal in nature. And at times the sheer weight of them seem to numb us into inaction and uselessness. And then we just mope around doing nothing but worry, don't we? And if you look back at these times, honestly, you'll quickly realize that whenever this has happened, things have never ended well, have they? But whenever you've taken action rather instead of being anxious, and whenever you've worked really hard instead of sitting around worrying, then guess what? Things have usually worked out, haven't they? So don't sit there stewing. Rather get up and do something, anything, no matter how small, just do something. What a great saying to adopt as your own. So, get out there and find some quotes, if you don't have any, that resonate with you, and turn them into mantras and let them affect your life in some fantastic ways. You may find a few of my own to your liking at salesdriven.co.za. I wish you all the very best in all of your sales endeavors. Thanks for watching. This is Tom Hardiman from Sales Driven International. Bye.